Hey everyone! Today we're going to talk about a hidden force that's secretly driving all progress. We're always taught that innovation is all about smarter gadgets and faster code. But what if I told you the biggest breakthroughs have nothing to do with technology at all? Let's dive in. Okay, so picture this. Your company is pouring a ton of money and brain power into shaving a few milliseconds off some load time. A huge technical win, right? Meanwhile, down the hall, three vice presidents are in a total deadlock, manually copying data because they refuse to agree on a single shared spreadsheet. Yeah, I'm guessing that hits a little too close to home for a lot of you. It's this classic thing we do. We put on this technical theater, focusing on fancy-looking tech fixes, when really we're just avoiding a deeper, messier human problem. And it happens everywhere. We are absolutely obsessed with the idea that the next tool, the next software update is going to be the magic bullet that solves everything. But here's a thought. What if the biggest thing slowing us down isn't the machine, but the way we've organized the humans who are supposed to be running it? So to really wrap our heads around this, we need to understand that innovation isn't just one thing. It actually comes in two very, very different flavors. You could call it a tale of two solutions. All right, so on one side, you've got technical innovation. This is the stuff we always think about, making a physical tool better. You sharpen a rock, you invent a wheel, you write more elegant code. But then, on the other side, you've got social innovation. And this is all about how we coordinate with each other. Things like dividing up labor, creating money, or even just deciding who reports to who in a team. So let's nail down this definition. Social innovation is basically the art of designing new rules, roles, and relationships so a group of people can work together without tripping over each other. You should think of it as organizational technology. It's an invention, just like a wheel, but it's an invention for people. And trust me, it's often way more powerful. And to see just how powerful and how easy it is to miss, let's dig into this incredible story from history. It's a real mystery, actually. I call it the case of the missing wheels. It's the perfect example of how a social system that's working just fine can make a genius invention completely invisible. That's how long it took humanity to combine two ridiculously simple ideas. Over 5,000 years. Just let that sink in for a second. What could possibly take that long? So get this, the wheel was invented way back around 3500 BCE. But the rolling suitcase, the thing we all drag through airports, wasn't patented until 1970. 1970. We literally had wheeled toys for kids for millennia. So why did it take over 5,000 years for someone to think, hey, maybe we should put wheels on the box we use for traveling? And the answer has absolutely nothing to do with engineering. We had the technology. The problem was porters. For centuries, we already had a perfectly good social solution for heavy bags. You paid someone to carry them. Train stations, airports, hotels, they all had a whole workforce built around this one simple task. And this, right here, is the key insight. The existing social system, the porters, was good enough. And because it was good enough, the brilliant technical fix just seemed pointless. It made the entire idea of a rolling suitcase completely invisible. Why invent something to solve a problem that for most people with money was already solved? Okay, so let's jump to today. How does this play out with one of the biggest companies on the planet? Amazon's real advantage isn't just its website or its warehouses. Their true secret weapon is their social code, the clever ways they structure their people to get things done. Let's look at two of their most famous bits of organizational tech. First, you've got the two-pizza team rule. It is dead simple. If you need more than 2 pizzas to feed your team is too big, period. Second, the 6-page narrative. At their most important meetings, PowerPoint is banned. Instead, leaders write a detailed 6-page memo, and the meeting starts with everyone silently reading it together. Now, the logic behind that 2-pizza rule isn't about saving a few bucks on pepperoni. It's about killing what's called the coordination tax. Check this out. A 5-person team only has 10 lines of communication between them. But if you double the team to 10 people, the connections don't double, they explode to 45. It's a communication nightmare. By keeping teams small, Amazon keeps them fast. That is social innovation at its best. All right, this is all fascinating theory, but what about you? How can you actually put this to work, like right now? Let's do a super quick 15-minute audit that you can use to find your own hidden leverage, to find your own porter problem. It's just 4 steps. Step 1. Name your porter problem. What's the obvious technical fix that's being blocked by some clunky social workaround? Step 2. Map the coordination tax. Where is all the time being wasted just waiting on other people? Step 3. Rewrite one rule. What's one tiny constraint you could introduce that would completely eliminate that waiting time? And finally, step 4. Ship the constraint. Just try it. Impose that new rule on your very next task and see what happens. So, remember, the next time you're staring down a frustrating bottleneck, just resist that urge to immediately go looking for a new app or another tool. The real leverage, so often, comes from stepping back and just rewriting the rules of the game your team is playing. It all comes down to this really powerful idea. More often than not, rearranging the people is a whole lot more effective than trying to rebuild the machines. That's where the real game-changing innovation is hiding. So, I'll leave you with this question. What's the wheeled suitcase that's hiding in plain sight in your world? What's the obvious improvement that your team has just stopped seeing, simply because there's a porter problem, a social workaround that's always just been there? Go find it.